Now we're pumping in coal and copper, and out should go plate. And it's going to go all the way around here. And you probably don't know why, because that seems stupid, right? Let's just do that. Then we're going to go all the way back. And this is kind of what I was talking about before about knowing how to give yourself some space. Like, we own the entire world. You can waste a little bit of space, and part of this, when you expand, you'll really be glad that you did. That's better. I don't know about later, but right now you really don't need you don't need your copper to match the capacity of your iron. Iron's going to be more important, but you know, it seems like a nice nice number of stuff, so why not? And this is what I was talking about before about building things at scale, and it kind of goes in place with making the space to do it. To scale this up, all I did was put down another copy of exactly what I did before, and then you just feed it. Designs like this are invaluable. It's so much easier than having to like set up the whole structure over and over again. Something that you can just continue to scale, and you already have the output set up. It's fantastic. So now, if this is our bus, then do we want to access the bus from the top? I guess so, but all this stuff's kind of in the way, but only temporarily. Don't mind me, I'm just talking to myself. Something like that maybe. So now the way the bus works is we're gonna start making ingredients for stuff. I'm gonna bust gears, and oh, one cool little trick. Now you can see what the machine is doing. These are smelting copper plate. This is making iron gears. So I'm going to bust gears for now, just because I like to bust everything. If you want to make, the other school of thought is to make the gears locally and pump them into whatever else you need to make, and then bust that. And maybe I'll change my mind. I'm not married to this, but what do gears need? They just need iron. So ignore this, because this isn't always going to be there as we build more machines down the bus. And I could just feed iron directly in from this side, but just forget about that, because this is more of an example than anything else. So what's nice about a bus is that you can just run out of belt. You know, if I only had some gears. I need a machine to make gears. Come on, hurry up. There we go. So you use a splitter, and you just I'm going to be making this a little overly complicated. You know what? This will make it a little bit simpler, so you don't say, why don't I just pull this off there? You know, we're going to put these here. Gears. Something like that. So you just pull off some iron or whatever other components you need. That's the idea behind behind a bus, and you can just feed it and then output it, and then this is just going to be another component that goes on your bus. And put it there. Now, when you're building more complicated things further down the road, anything that you need or want to build that needs gears, you just pull them off the bus the same way you pulled off that iron. So, so it's a logistics organizational technique for managing your resources. And the reason why I'm leaving all this space is because usually iron and copper are in such high demand that you're going to want multiple lanes of belt for them. And it's nice to leave a couple spaces in between to make stuff easier to pull off. You'll see why later. But after that, we can do like 4 lanes of something else. And so it'll kind of look like this. And these will all fill up with different things. It's gonna be beautiful. Once again, if you design stuff in a way that's scalable, you can run out of inserters when you're trying to prove a point. You need gear wheels. So look, now I don't have to make gear wheels by hand anymore. I can just, I made a whole inserter. I can just expand it. I can say, I can do that. Now we're making more gears. What else do you want to make automatically? Well, what if we want to make inserters? That means we need electronic circuits. How do you make those? Iron plate and copper cable. So we don't have copper cable yet, we have everything else. So we need to make copper cable. How do you make that? Copper plate. We also want to make assembly machines at some point. Yeah, let's do them right there. So, I'll show you another popular configuration for manufacturing, and this will kind of illustrate the point of busing versus making subcomponents locally. So, this is a pretty popular layout for making the circuits because of the ratios of ingredients needed. So what's going to happen is we're out of everything. So this is kind of a cool point in the game because you start to figure out, oh, what I need splitters. Oh, I should make those. Oh, I need this. I should make those. And as long as you take the time to make each of the components that you need, you kind of like you force yourself to automate everything. And that's very much in the spirit of how the game works. Or at least what makes the game work well, instead of constantly trying to damn it, thought I had that right. instead of constantly trying to cut corners and like manually service certain things that you really shouldn't be. Let's go up as far as we can. Now I think these machines are actually very high draw. We're gonna want, I think we're gonna want like 2 inserters for the copper. So then you do something like that. What a mess of cables. But these also need iron, so in order to feed it iron, guess I want it right there. We're gonna do this. And eventually you can scale this up further. This smelting will be moved, or we can maybe kind of thread our way through with the inputs and continue up here and thread back, which would be a mess, but I might just do it anyway. But this is also more of an example than anything else. I need more inserters. So you need iron, which means I can cut this off here. You need iron. So now this machine has made electronic circuits. But there's kind of no place to put it. I could put one there, output there, and output there. But if you scale this upward, that might become difficult. So fortunately, there are long-handed inserters which can reach over, so you can kind of see the area in which they operate. This one doesn't have power. So once you get more complicated multiple inserts, this is a logistic solution to running out of space in that regard. So then we'll just do something like that. Now we have circuits on the belt, and you can see the belt is taking shape. Oh, this is wonderful. Look at our research. It's not going anywhere. I imagine it's not going anywhere because we need green science, yes. I guess it's not as wonderful as I thought. Do we want faster belt? Do we want lights? Do we want steel processing? Automation 2 is pretty good. It's unavailable because we need electronics. So I guess, so yeah, we've got quite a little production area going on there. And this might seem like a waste to have all this iron just sitting on the belt doing nothing, but it is kind of nice in the sense that it's built-in storage. And it's all supported by this little tiny smelting area, which we can make bigger if we need to. Yeah, you guys probably shut down. I'm gonna run these things until they're done, because I don't know what else to do with this copper. I don't want to pipe it through. It's kind of silly. But if we go back up here to our science area, I don't feel like I'm talking naturally. Like, maybe I just have this weird tone when I'm explaining something. So you can kind of see, hopefully, what's going to happen when this kind of like lazy quick setup that I made kind of runs out. Eventually this will run out of copper or iron, and then we'll stop making these and we'll stop doing science, and I'll have to come back and put more. And it's kind of like a stupid short-sighted solution, because it's like, oh, I didn't have gears anywhere. But now you do. Now you have this belt. And that's yet another thing that we can set up on the belt is science, and we might as well do that. Now we can get automation too. So I probably don't have enough room in my inventory to hold all of that. This is kind of like our main stone deposit. So yeah, before we do anything else, we are going to tap this stone. One thing that I want to do with this just temporarily is, this isn't a perfect way to balance the line, but it works. You can see they're just coming in on both sides of the belt now because we're side loading this other half. Is that going to give me enough space? Let's say that are up. Uh-oh, need more iron. Gotta keep the research going. Research is important. Actually, that takes green science. Research lab speed also takes green. We'll get green soon enough. Pretty soon. This is gonna be super quick. Okay. So one of these things is going to go like that, loop around. That, I think, is barely enough room. And that's off by one. I think that's all the stone that we'll need to process for a little while. We're going to want to ramp up wall production at some point because biters are going to get crazy. Just can't push the buttons the right number of times. Again, we're out of iron.